Hi, I'm Zach Hackerson, and I'm reading from Bleak House. Dinner was over, and my godmother and I were sitting at the table before the fire. The talk ticked, ticked, the fire clicked, louder than ever sound had been heard in the room, or in the house, for I don't know how long. I happened to look timidly up from my stitching, across the table at my godmother, and I saw it in her face, looking gloomily at me. It would have been far better, little Esther, that you had no birthday, that you had never been born. I broke out crying and sobbing and said, "Oh, dear godmother, tell me, pray do tell me, did Mamma die on my birthday?" "No," she returned. "Ask me no more, child." "Oh, do pray tell me something of her. Do now, at least, dear godmother, if you please. What did I do to her? How did I lose her? Why am I so different from your other children? And why is it my fault, dear godmother? No, 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 don't go away. Oh, speak to me." I was in kind of a fright beyond grief, and I had caught hold of her dress and was kneeling to her. She had been saying all the while, "Let me go," but now she stood still. Her darkened face had such power over me that it stopped me in the midst of my vehemence. I put up my trembling little hand to clasp hers, or to beg her pardon with what earnestness I might, but withdrew it as she looked at me, and laid upon my fluttering heart. She raised me, sat in her chair, and standing before her said, slowly in a cold, low voice, I see her knotted brow and pointed finger, "Your mother, Esther, is your disgrace, and you are hers. The time will come, and soon enough, when you will understand this better, and I will feel it too, as no one save a woman can. I have forgiven her, but her face did not relent the wrong she did to me, and I say no more of it, though it was greater than you ever will know, than anyone will ever know, but I, the sufferer. For yourself, unfortunate girl, orphaned and degraded from the first of your evil anniversaries, pray dearly that the sins of others be not visited upon your head, according to what is written. Forget your mother, and leave all other people to forget her who will do unhappy child by greatness. Now go! She checked me, however, as I was about to depart from her. So frozen was I, and added this: "Submission, self-denial, diligent work, are the preparations for a life begun with such a shadow on it. You are different from the other children, Esther, because you are not born like them. In common simpleness and wrath, you are set apart." I went up to my room and crept to bed, and laid my dull cheek against mine wet tears, and holding that solitary friend upon my bosom, I cried myself to sleep. Imperfect as my understanding of my sorrow was, I knew that I had brought no joy at any time to anybody's heart, and that I was no one to blame upon earth but Dolly was to me.